This week on the Digital Coffee, is it true that soon you'll only be able to add 5 hashtags to your Instagram posts? Maybe, maybe not. Over on Google Analytics, there's a glitch that makes it look like it's eaten all your traffic. In good news on Instagram, you can now create animated video stickers for Instagram on Instagram, which is super cool. All that and more after this. Good morning. I've got my mug the wrong way round. Good morning, and welcome to the Digital Coffee. This is your weekly dose of digital marketing and social media news for small business. My name is Amanda Webb. Who am I? I am a digital marketing, ROI and Google Analytics specialist who works with small businesses to help, just like yours, to help them get more money from the time, the energy that they are putting into their digital marketing. That was a new pitch. What do you think? I stumbled a little bit, but I think I did okay. So I'm very pleased to meet you. This is your first time. You'll wonder why I was holding my mug backwards. Why am I holding a mug at all when it is clearly empty? It's full of digital coffee. It is. But the problem with digital coffee is you can't drink it. It's sad, but I would love to know what you have in your mugs. You'll know this is a question I ask every week if you're a regular viewer. Also, just be aware that your comments may be delayed coming through or not come through at all, in which case I will come and talk to you as soon as the show finishes. I will, I promise. So do let me know what's in your mug. What are you drinking? I can see we've got May King here. She'll have something interesting in her mug. And if there's nothing in your mug, just let me know where you're watching. So where you're watching physically, where are you in the world? I'm in a little town called Athy in County Kildare in the Republic of Ireland. It is the best town in the world, just facts. But I'd love to know where you are as well. And I'd also like to know where you're watching. Are you watching on LinkedIn? Are you watching on YouTube? Are you watching on Facebook? Are you watching on the network formerly known as Twitter? I'd love to know. But anyway, before we move on, I just want to tell you that if you find any of these stories particularly interesting, you can come and join myself and May King over on the Extra Shot podcast recording at 10:30 a.m. on LinkedIn. And you can actually join in there. You can totally join in. So it's a LinkedIn audio, which means you can request to speak and you can be on our podcast. All you need to do is come and comment on the stories. How cool is that? So if you don't manage to scan that QR or you don't want to leave me now, which is good, just come and find May King Tsang, May King, Tsang, on LinkedIn, and you'll see it on her profile. Okay. I'm looking for my glasses because I messed up a couple of things. As regular viewers to the show, you will know I messed up a couple of things. I let my iPad go to sleep, so I have no idea what I'm going to say. So I just need to sort that out first. And also because we have got May King here who didn't make a brew. There's nothing in her cup. Tea expert May King hasn't got any tea in her cup. What will we do? I suppose we better just get on with the news, right?
Hi, I'm Danielle from Redbow, and you're watching the Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Could hashtags soon be over on Instagram? Are they gone? I kind of hoped they were, because there was a big thing that happened this week. There were people getting There were people getting notifications like this one saying they could only add 5 hashtags to their posts. An Instagram expert and all-round brilliant person, Jen Herman, got this notification, and so did a lot of other people, which obviously threw the whole social media world into a panic. 5 hashtags, only 5 hashtags. Like I said, I was glad because I am a lazy Instagrammer. As you may have noticed, if you follow me, I don't post that often. And when I do, I really can't be bothered to go and find hashtags. Certainly can't be bothered to find 30. I might bung 1 or 2 in if it occurs to me. But there you go. So I was pleased. But it turns out Instagram got back to the wonderful Jen Herman and told her that no, this is a glitch. We don't need to worry. Or do we need to worry? Because this notification obviously exists. This is something they're obviously testing behind the scenes. They may roll it out or they may not roll it out, but it's a strong possibility in the future we could be limited to 5 hashtags. And when you think about it, Adam, whose second name I'm not going to try and pronounce because I always get it wrong, Adam, the boss of Instagram last year before, started saying just use 3 hashtags, and everyone went crazy. Apart from me, because I thought it was good news because I could continue being the most lazy Instagrammer in the world. So, story is, it's not happening right now. It could happen in the future. It is clearly something they are testing. So what do we do now? Continue with your existing hashtag strategy. But also remember that actually keyword search is working on Instagram way more than it ever did before. So actually writing a really good keyword rich caption that is interesting for people to read as well. Remember, write for people, not the algorithms. That could help you appear in search. And also, I mean, inevitably, it's already happening. AI is able to decode what your video is about, what your content is about, and serve that to the people they think are most interested. So keep using hashtags for now, but think of other ways to optimize your content.
I'm Ant McGinley and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
It's a pain to create animated GIF stickers for Instagram. I know, because I've tried, and it really isn't something that a mid-level graphics person with Canva and PowerPoint and GIMP to use can do really easily, because I really wanted to. I really wanted my own hashtag. I wanted my own animated GIFs as Instagram stickers. But now, good news, you can just create them. You remember a few weeks ago that we talked about the image cutout stickers. I mistakenly at the time thought it was just you could just create them from posts, but no, you can create them from your photo library. So from a photo right now, as long as it's got a prominent foreground thing going on, you can create a sticker, but it doesn't move. But now it can, because as well as photos, you can do this with videos. Again, you can choose a video from your camera roll. It must have a prominent foreground figure, and it really is hit and miss how much you blend into the background and how much it understands what the background is. I've tried it with a few things, but it is really cool. So this is one I made. And I can change that background then, just like I can add that to a story. And not just once when I create it, that gets saved to my cutout library. So I can actually use it in, not that particular one, that was just a video I found. I can use it in any story I want to in the future, or any time that I want to use stickers. It is just for me. It's not going to appear in search. But this is going to be great for businesses. It's going to be great for personal brands who will now be able to actually create their own Instagram branded stickers that they can use on their stories. It's also just a whole lot of fun. Now, I can see we've got a bunch of people watching. So if you haven't commented and let me know if you're having a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, do let me know. Let me know where you're watching. There's a good chance I'm not seeing your comments. Maybe you've done that already, but I'm sure if you're on LinkedIn, Making will be responsive. Yes, doing that because she's amazing. Not putting any pressure on Making, of course. I just know that she's the most chatty. She don't have to, Making. Don't worry. Keep doing Threads or Twitter or whatever you're doing right now. Ooh, what button is next?
Hi, I'm Lee from Wellshot, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Cheers.
Google Analytics 4 made a small change this week that could have you panicking when you start looking at your analytics, because they've created a new primary dimension. Don't worry if you don't know what that means. I've got a phrase book somewhere, can't find it. I've got a phrase book that I can share on my website, but a new primary dimension to their traffic reports. This primary dimension is called, it's catchy, just to let you know, it's a very catchy name. Session Primary Channel Group. Session Primary Channel Group. Problem is, when they added this, it meant that if you were looking at a year's worth of traffic, it killed anything that happened before September 2023. So it looks like you had no traffic at all. Bit painful, particularly if you're doing like a quarterly or a year-on-year comparison right now, which you might be. But the good news is you can fix it. You just need to change your primary dimension. I'm going to put a little link to a video from, I think it's Dana Thomasina is her name, who's got like a workaround, but it's quite simple. If you know analytics and you know what I'm talking about with the primary dimension, it's quite easy to change. So don't panic. And I'm imagining they will fix this glitch pretty soon, and soon you will be able to see all your traffic again.
Hi, I'm Charlie Lawrence and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Meta / Facebook have this really cool tool for your website where you can add a chat box to your website, which means that anyone that comes and wants to talk to you can talk to you with their Facebook profile. Which was good. I mean, you didn't have to buy any additional software. You could just do it with Facebook for free. But they just killed it. They just killed it. It is not working anymore. They are getting rid of this chat box, which is kind of annoying because I know not all website owners are aware that this is happening, or they don't even remember they've got that chat box there. It does mean you're going to need to remove it. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a whole lot of frustrated customers. It also means that if you want to have that chat function, you are going to have to invest in a third-party tool. I hear Intercom is good, but I know there's a whole lot of others out there. And actually, from a trust point of view, I think the trust in Facebook and Meta is gone for a lot of people, so they'll probably feel more comfortable communicating with you one-to-one using a third-party tool. But still, it's going to be a real pain, isn't it, for all those people who have it on their websites. In fact, I visited a website yesterday and I didn't think it had been deprecated yet, but it has, because I wasn't able to use their chat widget, and I'm sure they didn't know.
Hello, this is Rob Charles, the voice of Mike, on Forever FM on Peter Kay's Car Share. BAFTA award winning, I've got to say, but I've not seen the BAFTA yet. Anyway, you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Enjoy. I'm on tea. Shh.
How do you convert your TikTok visitors into customers? I'm not a big TikToker. You thought I wasn't a big Instagrammer. I'm even less of a TikToker, particularly since I found all the people that were following me that were nowhere near my ideal customers. But anyway, if you're not an e-commerce business, because it is huge for e-commerce, how do you convert those people? If you're B2B, how do you convert those people? Well, TikTok is giving us a new way. So when you log into your business account, it offers you now a business page. It's calling it business page. So this is additional things that can go on your profile. And they've just added a lead form. So this is where people fill in their details to get in touch with you as part of a sales conversation, I guess. It's this is what it looks like. You add a header image, you say what it is. So I was thinking I could give away my Google Analytics for Facebook, which loads of you might want after today's conversation. And then you add a call to action button. And the call to action button can either prompt people to phone you, nope, or direct message you. So this is fabulous if you are, active on LinkedIn. To be honest, I ignore all my LinkedIn direct messages. I've never had a good one. That's all I can say. But obviously this would hopefully bring in some more quality ones for your site, which would be good. And yeah, what's interesting here is those two calls to action, I think. Phone and direct message, because you know what? The kids, they don't use email. They don't, which is disastrous for people like me who rely on our email marketing for customers. I mean, is that going to stick when they get older? Is it all going to be direct messaging? It's a really interesting trend to look at. But anyway, if you're on TikTok, definitely worth setting up. I can see Johnny's here. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? And he's saying that ChatGPT, I think it says. No, it's not. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can actually see. I'm very vain. Chipbot is great. Great recommendation. Okay, so if you have currently got the Meta chat box on your site, definitely look at Chipbot as recommended by Johnny there. I thought it said ChatGPT because I know there's a way that you can create your own GPT so people can search your site content, which is something I'm kind of excited about, and I'm trying not to look at because I know it will take me way more time than I should be spending on this sort of stuff.
You're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
If you are a podcaster, you can't have missed that YouTube really wants your podcast. YouTube is big on the podcasts at the moment. It really wants you to add them to your YouTube channel. But unless you're creating a video podcast, this is a bit of a pain because you have to actually kind of create a video version of your podcast with an image on it or something. But YouTube are making this easier because now, instead of having to do all that work, you will be able to just add your RSS feed from your podcast. It will get that as soon as you post an episode. It will pull in the episode. It will pull in a screenshot to accompany it. It will basically do all the work for you. So people are going to be able to listen to your podcast on YouTube, which is pretty cool. Now, it's going to be great if you've already got a YouTube audience and you've already got a podcast. That's going to be great. Obviously, creating video is going to be better. That seems to be the trend that podcasts are going in. But for myself and May King, who, by the way, did you hear about our live podcast recording we do every Friday on LinkedIn at 10:30? Where we don't record video, this could be a really great way to maybe get some extra ears on our content. So it's definitely something I am going to investigate. I feel that that's the last story, but it's not. There is one more, and it's actually an interesting one. See you after Kyra.
Hi, I'm Kyra Fingleton from Glamping Under the Stars, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Politics is a topic that we are discouraged from talking about at a dinner party. I'm trying to remember the last time I was at a dinner party, but it's one of those traditional topics, isn't it? There's sex, there's politics and religion. We do not talk about them at dinner parties. And when you see the state that social media is in these days, you kind of understand why, right? It just turns into a show, right? Trying not to swear. Turns into a crazy place. And because we've got all the elections coming, I mean, like, it's almost like everywhere is having an election in this year or next year, right? We've got America, we've got the UK, we've got Ireland, and then we've got all the countries that I'm not following that are probably having elections too. So it's becoming more and more important that social media set their ground about where politics is. And Threads has done this. Threads has said that they're no longer going to recommend political content in the feed unless you opt in to see it. Now, that doesn't mean if you follow political accounts and engage with political accounts that you're not going to see their stuff anymore. It just means that it's not going to appear in the For You feed. And if you opt in, of course it is, and you can still have the political conversations you want to. Now, unsurprisingly, people are taking this badly. They're really not happy that this is happening. But for me, I think it's nice to have a space where I don't get dragged down some ridiculous rabbit hole and I don't get into arguments. I just watch the arguments now and see the arguments happening. I'm kind of happy that I'm going to be able to have that space. If I want politics, I can go to X, right? That's where it belongs. So I know a lot of people are saying this is restricting their freedom of speech. And, you know, I think people often have the wrong idea about what freedom of speech means. But there you go. Obviously, X is your place for that stuff. Threads is going to say political free, for me at least, who's not going to opt in. So I do think this is a good thing. You can see it if you want to. You don't have to see it if you don't want to. It's not bad. All right. She's saying that like, thank goodness the show is over. But not because I'm very excited because we get to go and talk about two of these topics. And I promise it's not politics because I've just talked more politics than I ever want to ever again. So you can come and join us over on the Extra Shot at 10:30 a.m. Irish UK time, where we will be discussing one of these stories in extra detail. We'll be talking about the internet winner of the week. We'll be talking about the internet loser of the week, and we'll be having a bit of banter. And you can join in. You can be on our podcast. All you have to do is turn up and have your say about the topic. So hopefully we will see you then. If I don't see you then, I will be back here, same bat time, same bat place next week. Until then, bye-bye.